Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a chill gameplay of Genshin. I don't exactly have a theme or one particular goal in this video, but I have multiple things that I do want to get done. So feel free to put this video in the background of whatever you're doing. It's going to be a little bit longer than our usual videos, or if you want to put this in the background while you're farming as well, that's totally okay. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff to clean up my account. I have quite a few things I need to get done, and I also want to clean up a little bit before the next update. So overall, I will just be doing a lot of account chores and a little bit of gameplay and farming, so feel free to join me on my little farming adventure. But again, this is going to be a bit more chill than my regular videos and a little bit longer. So sit back and relax, grab a snack, and we will get started. Okay, so for most of this video, I will just be doing a lot of yapping and talking, mainly because I just want to entertain myself while I'm going out and farming and collecting resources. So if you want to hear that, then I guess you can stay and listen to it. But a lot of the things I want to do are regarding character building and just working on some of these characters that I have neglected for a while. A lot of these characters being ones that I left at level 1 or that I've just remained on my friendship team and I need to collect that EXP. But for some of these, I won't be using them in the Abyss. However, I do want a few characters to use in the theater. So in that case, I have just made a list of a few characters that I do want to work on just to have them at my disposal, not necessarily because I want to use them in the Abyss or any other endgame content. The first thing I just want to start out with is collecting a few materials for Yanfei's Ascension. I know that I have all the other materials, I just need to collect more of these jades. So we will go and farm the Primo Bishop. I have a bunch of resin saved from this, and I am planning to go in a few domains, but I don't know if that's going to be this video in particular. I just want to see what I can farm in the time being, and hopefully just clean up my account a little bit. I think the team that I'll go for this is Navia's Crystallized team. So I'm gonna have Navia, and then maybe I'll put Zhongli and Farina and Raiden. I think they work really well together. I just really like playing this team because it's very comfortable and very easy to play. I don't particularly find this a little bit difficult, so if ever you do plan to pull for Navia, I highly recommend saving for whenever her rerun does come. I'm not yet sure when that will be, but she is so worth it for your account, especially if you are struggling with a few bosses or just any content in general. Navia has truly saved my account, and I hope you do plan on getting her too. This is the team that I run if I am pretty lazy to farm. They do pretty big damage and I only have to work a little bit. So let's just do these boss runs, and thank goodness this isn't as hard as the Mavuika boss. For some reason, it felt like the Mavuika boss was really difficult. It's probably because I had no idea how to fight it, and it was just pretty challenging in general. Going back to these bosses from the early game makes them feel so easy. However, I know that I did have a lot of trouble farming this boss before because I only had a main DPS of Rosaria, and my teams were not built at all for fighting bosses like this. But thankfully now that's changed, and I can easily clear bosses in just a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna switch to my friendship team to claim rewards. Right now my friendship team is Kirara, Kitching, Candice, and Dehya. They are the ones that I'm missing name cards for, but they are pretty close. This character friendship team consists of characters I don't play and won't plan on playing in the future, which is why I always switch to them if ever I need those rewards. So I'm pretty sure you might be wondering why I'm building Yanfei in particular compared to other characters. Personally, I just have always wanted to build Yanfei. I think her playstyle is really fun. She reminds me of playing Klee when I was in the early game, and originally I was gonna build her, but I just got distracted with a lot of other characters and held it off for a really long time. And now thankfully that time has come, I am able to build the characters that I do want because I have a lot of spare resources as well. A lot of you ask in my comments what I'm gonna do with all this resin or what I'm gonna do with all these resources I've hoarded up, and the answer is to mostly just build the characters that I really want to. Obviously, I'm not going to spend all my resources on these characters, but it does make building those other characters really quick and easy. Another reason why I've also just started building these other characters is because the Imaginarium Theater requires a lot of assorted characters to use, and I just think that it's going to be really hard to clear in the future if I don't have enough characters at my disposal. I know I have a lot of strong DPSs and 5-star characters, but it's just not enough to clear the Imaginarium Theater. For the most part though, I can clear it pretty easily. However, if it is an element that I don't have a lot of characters of, that's when it does get pretty difficult, because I have a lot of Hydro characters and Geo characters, but it's a whole different story when they start asking for Dendro characters or other characters like Electro ones too. Okay, I think that will be our last boss run because of our resin, so that means I'm just gonna go out and collect other resources, and that is because Yanfei is not the only character I am planning to build, and actually I am planning to build someone that is on the team currently as we speak, and that is going to be Kuching. So yes, Kuching is still level 1, and I know a lot of you are gonna come at me in the comments and say Kuching is not worth it and that there's so many other DPSs that have power crept her. However, I really do like Kuching's playstyle, and I just think that she is so quick and fun to play and can work in a lot of teams, and I do have supports for her, which is why I chose to build her out of other characters. So I will tell you more while we go and farm these core lapis. So I believe it is time to bring out our mining team. I'm not sure if I should bring Ningguang for her ore passive or if I need to bring someone with a Liwei passive. I haven't farmed core lapis in quite a bit, but I know I'm gonna bring Zhongli, and I think I'll bring Navia as well, just in case I'm going to bring Ningguang, and also Chi-Chi, whichever the case is the one with the right passive. Okay, right, so for Kuching, I know that she has been buffed since Dendro has been released, which is a really good thing, and I'm so glad that they did that. Kuching was actually my last standard banner 5-star that I got, and I actually got her from the free 5-star event that Genshin brought out, and I never got her from any of the banners. I can't believe that it took me really long to get Kuching, and I have wanted to build her, as opposed to building any of the other standard banner 5-stars. I'm just a big fan of her playstyle, and I really like her quick attacks. I also think that her burst is so much fun. It sort of reminds me of Cloran's burst, and I have enjoyed playing Cloran as well. I feel like Kuching is a little bit easier to play than Cloran. I know that she is a charged attack style and really relies on stamina management, but I just think it is a nice break from all the Bond of Life mechanics that Cloran has, which is another reason why I chose to build her as opposed to any others. But yeah, I do have positive opinions towards Kuching, even though that I know she ruins a lot of people's banner pulls, but I just think the positive opinions come from the fact that she did not arrive on my account before and never ruined any pulls so far, which is why I'm more eager to build her compared to my other characters like Dehya. And there is a precious chest here. That is really weird. Okay. And I thought I got every chest in Liwei. Wow. Okay. No, it's really odd seeing a chest in Liwei, considering I really thought I got everything, but I will be back to pick that up. It's just because I don't have the interactive map open right now, and I don't want to mark it accidentally, and I've been looking for this core lapis everywhere. But anyways, yeah, I will be building Kuching and Yanfei, and I do actually have a third character in mind. However, I feel like this third character is more obvious, and that is Chevreuse. Chevreuse is a great support character and can work well for so many overload comps, and I do want to build her since I know she will be beneficial to many of my teams, so she will be the third character I am planning to build in this video. Now, due to our limited time and resources, and I also don't want to spend a lot of fragile resin on these sub-characters that I'm building, I won't be maxing them out. I'm just going to take it really slow and easy because I don't desperately need these characters at the moment, and I'm not trying to rush anything at all. I kind of just want this to be a really chill and laid back farming episode, and I also do feel like I need to clean out a ton of stuff in my account because, as we know, the 5.4 version update trailer has just dropped, and to be honest, I'm pretty excited about it. It might just be me who thinks the aesthetics are really cool. I know that some people are not too excited about it because of the lack of content, but personally I just think it is a great break from all this exploring and farming, and also the characters that are going to be in the update are super exciting as well. We're getting a Risley rerun, and I'm also still debating if I should pull for him, but I will talk more about my pull plans later. Overall, I'm just so excited for this 5.4 update. You know me, I'm obsessed with pastel colors and anything Inazuma related, so I feel like this update was just tailor-made for me, and hopefully it is going to be as fun as it looks. I don't know, I'm just really excited for it, and I hope you guys are excited as well for it too. If any of you have any other opinions about the update, feel free to let me know in the comments. I do want to hear all your opinions about what you think. I know that we will be getting some new TCG cards, and you know me, a big TCG fan, so I am quite excited about that too. However, I'm still in the process of collecting a ton of other TCG cards, but it is really exciting to have some more being added. Also, it feels very refreshing to not have any extra areas to explore. I'm definitely going to take this time to be exploring other places. I actually have got started on the desert, and I will show you my map progress in just a second. As you can see here, I have got started on this area of the desert and have finished a part of the Golden Slumber quest. I didn't finish the whole thing because I honestly don't really know where it ends, but it's a really long quest and I have done some progress on it. But one good thing to note is I have completely finished this area. I've collected everything, and it's 100% too, and I've leveled up this thing to its maximum. So the good news is I never have to come back here again, and I really don't want to. I think it was just kind of dreadful while farming there. I normally do get motion sickness when I am collecting chests and doing lots of exploring, but for some reason that area of the desert just induced it really quickly. Like, my tolerance for farming that specific area was really low compared to any other areas that I've been exploring. I just think that having to always teleport and look at mountains, do quests, and keep changing from Sarush to the normal state again, like, all of it just seems pretty complicated, and I did get tired pretty quickly, so it took a lot longer than I had hoped for it to take. But the good news is I have completed it and farmed up all the primogems that I need to, which can hopefully guarantee me another character in the next update. But I think now the big question really is what character I want to pull for. Originally I was not going to pull until Nilou's rerun, or perhaps if Venti did come along, but after seeing the trailer I was just so excited to pull for Mizuki. I love her aesthetics, I love her playstyle, everything about her basically is just awesome. I don't know what else to say, I'm just really obsessed with her design. However, after hearing Risley is also coming in the same patch, I'm starting to think that my primos might be crying, and I do want to guarantee myself a Venti because I really have been wanting him for the account. And I was even considering pulling Baiju in this current patch on the Liyue Chronicled Wish. So at this point I am just pretty confused. If you do have any recommendations, please feel free to let me know. I want to hear your opinions. When I did see Mizuki, I really thought about pulling for her. That's before I heard that she was going to be coming on standard soon, and now I really wonder if it's worth spending my primogems on her banner if she is coming to standard anyways, because if I do get her on her event banner, there is also a chance that I might just get her on the standard banner afterwards, and there's also a chance that I wouldn't have gotten her on standard and I would have wasted my opportunity to get her. But you also know me, I'm someone who thinks really way ahead into the future, and I started thinking about possibly for the Genshin anniversary they might be giving out a free 5-star, so it's possible that I might not even get her until then. So now it's really just a matter of if I'm patient enough to wait that long for me to guarantee her, or if I want to rush and get her now. I really do feel like I'm overthinking this, but I don't want to waste those precious primogems. As someone who is free to play, I feel like my primogems are very important because the way that I have gotten them was through my time and hard work farming and exploring, and I really don't want to waste them and I want to use them wisely. So that's why I've been debating pulling for her, and that's only due to the circumstances that she is going to be coming to standard banner. But if she wasn't coming to standard banner, I would have definitely pulled for her instead of waited for another opportunity. And now the next question is, what am I going to do about Risley's rerun? I really do like Risley's design, and I heard that he is pretty good in a few teams, and also we know the curse of the cryo 5-stars, they don't come back for a really long time, so I feel like if I don't pull for him now, he's never gonna come back, which is why I feel like I should take the opportunity in this coming update. But I also don't want him to be the Linny case where I pull for him just for his design and never end up using him. His playstyle is quite interesting and I will still need to learn a little bit of his mechanics, but who knows, I might end up pulling for him. I will let you guys know whether or not I do, but as of now it's just kind of up in the air. So yeah, those are my future pulling plans, and I also think we do have enough for now. So we're gonna go and start ascending Kuching. I'm just gonna go teleport to the crafting bench in case we ever need to make some stuff. So let's head over to Mondstadt. Okay, there you are, level 1. As of now, I won't really worry about talent books. I think I'm just gonna worry about main level. So let's get started on that. I have saved up a bunch of Hero's Wit just for this purpose. I'm gonna use all this Adventurous EXP before I use my Hero's Wit. And then there we go. Okay, first ascension done. Now we can just start auto adding everything. I do have 15 million Mora, and originally I was gonna save it back up again, but I think I'm just gonna go and explore eventually, which is why I really won't worry too much about Mora. However, it is pretty sad to see it all go down the drain in just one sitting. For some reason, I have a ton of boss materials. I'm not really sure where this came from. I don't know if I had planned to build a different character that was Electro, but I just have all of these lying around, and I feel like if I don't use them, they're just kind of going to waste. So that is another reason that I wanted to prioritize building Kuching as opposed to a different character. And we're also going to need to craft a bit more of these Whopper Flower Nectars, but thankfully I have a ton of those. It's good to see that my materials are finally going to use in some extent, because for these Mondstadt materials it feels like they're just sitting here waiting to be used, which I am finally going to do right now. But let's collect our free wishes. Also, side note, I have 41 of these saved up, so if Mizuki eventually goes to standard banner, I will be able to start pulling for her there. So that does add to the dilemma because I do have Acquaint Fates, and we all know not to spend our Prima Gems on standard banner. So I don't want to be the one that spends Prima Gems on a standard banner character. Even though she is going to be on the event wish for a while, she is still going to standard eventually, and it seems like I have run out of these lightning prisms. And we had just enough core lapis, which is good, but after using this I'm gonna have barely anything left. So I think we'll just go to 80 for now because we don't have enough resin, and I'm gonna collect the last free wish. As for talents and stuff, talent domain is not available. Because I'm on the America server, it is still Saturday and it's not Sunday yet. I can't farm all the domains, so we're gonna have to wait for a little bit. As for our artifact situation, it's a little bit of a mess. I was gonna do 4-piece Thundering Fury until I realized how many Thundering Fury good pieces I actually had. There isn't really a lot. We have an onset electro damage bonus goblet, but it barely has anything. And the only good circlets we have are on other characters. However, I realized we just have this crit damage circlet and we have another crit one. Okay, so it's not bad. This is crit rate, but it doesn't have crit damage, so we could roll it to see where it goes. And it went to HP. Okay, we'll stop right there. But it seems like we have some good ones saved up, and I think we'll go with this one. It says attack percentage, and this one doesn't have crit rate on it, so we can just roll a bunch of these artifacts until they get the stats that we want. So I'll start by rolling this one. I have a lot of artifact EXP because I was farming for Kinich's artifacts and also Malvika's artifacts, so we have a lot to spare in case we need to do a bunch of leveling. Okay, this one's not as good as the one we just did. This one has crit, except it went into defense, and this one got energy recharge, and that is the only other electro one. I think we're going to use an electro damage off piece, but let's look at the ratio for now to see what we need. We're going to need more crit rate. For her weapons, I don't know why Sack Sword is on her. I don't think I put that there, unless I did, subconsciously maybe. Does anybody know what sword to use on her? Because I don't. I think Lion's Roar. I think this seems right because of Pyro and Electro and also attack percentage. I'm not sure if there's a better version or a better sword I can put on her. We do have the training guide. Hopefully this will say something. Okay, Lion's Roar. Black Cliff is also possible. This one does have crit damage though, and we don't need more crit damage really. And also the passive is not really as needed. And I don't have this sword yet, and I don't really think I want to craft it just for this purpose of building Kaching. So in that case, we might just go with Lion's Roar, and currently Jean is using it. So it's either we level up a new one entirely, or we can borrow Jean's sword. She might never get it back, and now we just have to worry about what we're going to put on Jean. I do still use Jean in other situations, which is why I don't want to take her weapon off of her. I could use another weapon held by a character that I don't use too often. There's also this Favonia sword I can switch on Jean as opposed to the Lion's Roar. I did look at this one. I don't remember where this is from, and I just have it. It says that normal charge and plunging attacks have an AoE damage, which I know we're going to be doing lots of charge attacks with Kaching, so this seems like a good option, but I think for now I'm just going to take Lion's Roar off of Jean, and then before I forget, I'm just going to switch out what Jean has if ever I need to use her in the future. So there, we're just going to put Favonia sword on her, and now we need to fix this crit ratio. So I think what we want is a crit rate circlet. We have this crit damage one, and we have this crit rate one. I sort of have to decide what off piece I want to put on Kaching, whether that be the goblet or the circlet. In terms of other off pieces, I have this one, which is a crit rate and crit damage one. It is a pretty good piece, and if I do have this on her, that means we're going to need to use an onset goblet, and the only onset goblet I have is not good at all, unless I take from Courant, but I really don't want to do that at the moment. So let's just roll this in hopes that something good is on it. If not, then we're going to have to change our plan. So I'm praying for crit rate or damage. Okay, we have crit damage. Now the question is, do we want to gamble this? I think we might just have to. Okay, hoping for crit damage. Okay, HP. It's not good. That's not good. We'll roll again. You know, I don't really know what to do at the moment. It rolled into defense, so I'm gonna hope something good happens now. Okay, you know, this might just be a sign. If it rolls in crit damage again, then we're gonna use this goblet. But if it doesn't, then we're just gonna throw this away. Okay, now I'm really debating. It didn't roll into crit damage, but if we compare it, you know, it's not bad. We're not losing out on so much. It isn't the best though, but it is on set, which is what we need. So I'll just switch it for now, and then we can start getting all our other stuff. So as of now, she doesn't have a feather. Let's just check what our ratio is. We'll need a little bit more crit rate, so let's look for a feather with a little bit more crit rate. I have this one from Mona, but I don't think I want to take any artifacts. This one, which is pretty good, and this one has lower crit rate and high defense, so I think that's why I put Noelle on it. This one hasn't been rolled yet, but it does have everything we want. And this one does as well, and energy recharge. This one doesn't have crit rate, but it has other stats. And this one has crit rate, but it's really low, and it's already max leveled. As for the other ones, I don't think they're as good. We could try rolling this one to see if it gets any higher, but this one has rolled into crit rate just once and defense twice. So let's just gamble a little bit and try rolling both of these. And I think I'll start with this one because it's a little bit more promising. It has energy recharge, so I'm gonna hope that that's a good sign. Crit rate. Okay, first roll into crit rate. That's good, that's good. This might be good. Second roll into crit. Okay. This is kind of suspicious. Guys, what? Crit damage and crit rate? Hold on. What? Hello? What? Crit damage and crit rate rolls? Wait, there's no way. No. I'm very shocked right now. This has never happened in my Genshin history. What? Crit rate and crit damage rolls only, and it dodged everything else. You know, we're gonna put this piece on. That just, wow, that really helps with everything. This luck streak. I hope it continues. So now we have to choose a flower, and there's Fischl's flower, which we can steal, or we can take one of these. This one is already leveled, so we're going to be saving a lot of EXP. This one does have attack percentage and EM, so I kind of do want to level this up to see where it goes. And it went into flat attack. Okay, maybe this luck streak is not really good. Let's see if we can get anything else. Attack percentage. Okay. And crit damage. Okay, that's good, that's good. We have crit. And DM. Okay, so it went to everything. Now it's just a matter of what else it goes into. Okay. Flat attack. Okay, it's fine, I think. And I also think maybe some more crit damage is good. Although I do think that her Ascension passive is crit damage. I am not sure. I don't remember. Yeah, it is crit damage. But we do have a 51% crit rate. I wonder if there's anything else we can switch around. We do have some sands. She is on an energy recharge sands right now with both crit rate and crit damage. And there is another attack sands, but this doesn't have any crit rate on it. So in that case, we might just switch out to this attack sands and then switch out other stuff so it has more crit rate. So I'm gonna level this one up because I don't think she needs that much energy recharge. But then again, I also really don't play her that often. The energy cost is 40, so like it doesn't really matter. So instead of energy recharge, let's just see where this attack sands goes, and hopefully it's going in good places. I'm just gonna level this up by 4s. Okay, crit damage once, which is good, which means we can trade out another piece that has high crit damage for some crit rate. Okay, it went into crit damage again, which means we are definitely switching out a piece so we get more crit rate. My Mora is also going down as we speak, and there's the max level. Okay, something is up with my luck today. This is getting really insane though. We can switch these sands around. We will need to figure out a little bit more of her crit rate issue. We can try leveling this flower up. It only has 2 more rounds to go, and hopefully those rounds do go into crit rate, but I'm just hoping that we will see something good. Okay, I can't anymore. I can't be saying this anymore. Whose luck am I stealing that this is happening to me? I don't know. I don't know what to think. I really don't. Okay, HP. That makes sense, because for some reason that felt way too weird, way too lucky. Okay, let's just compare. So this was our old one, this is our new one right now. So we did lose out on some crit damage and also attack percentage, but we do have some more crit rate. And as of now, I think that is the best in terms of crit rate that we have out of all of our artifacts, especially if we are using this off piece, which is such a good off piece because of its crit damage. And this ratio, it's not bad. We could definitely have a little bit more crit rate. However, I don't want to go out and farm these artifacts specifically because I am so done with the Thundering Fury domain. I don't need anything else from that, and I don't want to go back in. I think we're good for now. I'm contented with this, and I think I am pleased with how Keqing is leveled up. I think the last step is just to level up her sword to level 90. So let's just hold this down as our Mora drains really quickly. We're at 13 million. Just a heads up, we started at 15 million. Raising a character is so expensive, and I don't think I'm gonna refine it just in case I need the other copies, and I only have 2 extra ones, so I am fine with the state of Kuching right now. Now we don't have a lot of Mora left, so I'm just gonna use the rest into building Yanfei. I think we can ascend her for a little more, and it doesn't really do much for my resources, so I'm okay with that. I'll just ascend her to as far as we can go, and I'll just craft up these. Honestly, it feels really weird building all these characters in like a single time slot, because a lot of the time I build characters over weeks or sometimes even a month, and I'm totally okay with that because I do like making progress really slowly, and since we don't have any more essential materials, I'm not gonna go right away to max level 70. I feel like a lot of people ask why I do this. The reason is because you can level up naturally, and I know that leveling up naturally is really slow, but I don't want to waste any of that EXP, so I'm not gonna use my own EXP to level up when I can just do it by fighting enemies in the overworld, so I'm completely fine with just leaving her and not maxing her to her highest level. But yeah, I hope that answers questions in case people ask, I guess. The last character on our list is Chevreuse. Now Chevreuse is sort of at the bottom here. I have all of her materials, so it's gonna be pretty easy leveling her up. And just a Mora check, we are at 12 million now. This is gonna mean a huge exploration week for me. I'm gonna be spending all my time in the desert and farming every single place that I haven't done yet. Okay, so we can claim some more wishes and level her up again. Also, I feel like another thing that I get asked a lot is why my 4-star characters are not level 90, and I can explain my thought process for this. It's a really weird thought process, but hear me out. I like to prioritize my 5-star characters in terms of leveling up to 90, so before I level up any 4-star characters, I want to make sure that my desired 5 stars are at the levels that I want them to be, and as of now I still have quite a few 5-star characters that I want leveled up, such as Mawika and Kinich, as well as Kuching and Clorend. So characters like Bennett who are already ascended past 80, and also Sucrose, Rosaria, Fischl, Xingqiu, all of them are characters that I have ascended, I just haven't leveled up to 90, and it is just due to my resource prioritization, so in case any of you are wondering, that's the answer to that question. Okay, so it feels like we have done a lot of building and farming, and I do feel like I have made progress, and I'm still kind of in shock after those insane artifact rolls. I sort of want to end this video off with a little bit of chill TCG and chatting. If you guys are not into TCG a lot, that's okay, I won't really focus on the TCG that I'm playing. I'm sort of just gonna be yapping and trying to get characters and coins, but I guess if you are into TCG, then you can feel free to watch along. I'm just going with this deck that I normally play with. It's a very chill, easy deck, and hopefully I can win against normal NPCs. I don't know, it'll be pretty embarrassing if I don't do well against them. So now I'm just gonna be yapping in case you want to watch TCG in the background as well while I talk. I kind of just wanted to talk about my opinions about Lantern Rite. I think this year it is really nice, although I do remember that my first Lantern Rite, which was actually Genshin's second Lantern Rite, was one of my favorites. I feel like Lantern Rite is that event that you experience once, and that is your best experience, always being the first one. But I also haven't started the quest, so I don't really know anything yet about the plot of Lantern Rite and how it goes, so I'm kind of just waiting to experience everything. And also I know that they time gate a bunch of events, especially like collecting the free 4-star, as well as collecting Xiangling's outfit, and I do like doing events all in one sweep and not having to go back every day and farming the same thing, but that's just my personal opinion on events. I know that keeping the time for these events is done for a reason, however I just feel like it slows down some progress, and it's also not so good for people that are really busy on some days but can farm on others. But yeah, that's just my opinion on some certain events. Now in terms of the events this patch, they have been a little bit weird, I might say. I guess the gameplay is really new and something I'm not so used to, but also it does feel like some events are pretty repetitive and not necessarily in a completely good way. Personally, I really like combat events, so basically all those combat events that involve using characters from really previous banners or just getting a chance to try out some of those characters that I don't already own. Like, it was really fun using Risley for the first time in one of the events during the Fontaine update. I have no idea when that was. That was my return to Genshin actually, but I just tend to enjoy those events more than I do all the other events. I know that some of the creative events can be pretty fun too, and also the events that are pretty chill, those ones are fun, but I am a big enjoyer of anything related to fighting. Okay, and we have cleared this NPC really easily, which is good. But certain events that do come back, such as wind race, are pretty fun, and also some events that require more movement and not really unique gameplay, like gameplay that is still integrated into what we do in Genshin, such as running around, and not a completely new game mode like the beetle thing. I'm not entirely opposed to the beetle thing, I just feel like it was really weird controlling it. It was really fun and interesting and something pretty unique. It just wasn't my type exactly, which is totally okay if you guys enjoyed it. I do want to hear your thoughts on your opinions, but I think my favorite event from this update actually had to be the one where we had to fight those 4 different bosses and we can choose our buffs and everything, and that's just because it is a combat event. Now I know with combat events there comes some issues, especially when it requires you to make up certain teams and you don't really have those characters where you can make those certain teams, which is why it can be difficult to get the highest amount of points on a combat event, which is something that's definitely frustrated me in the past, because sometimes the highest level is made for really strong players and is not always free to play friendly. So that's just my take on it, but I am glad that they keep all the primogems at the lower levels so you can still earn the primogem rewards even if you can't clear the highest level stage. It's just too bad that you miss out on some rewards if you can't clear high level stages, but then if you can, it does feel pretty rewarding, so I guess it is a give and take in that case. On to a more different note, I really have been considering streaming Genshin, and I really would like to know if you guys are interested in watching Genshin streams and what exactly you do want to watch, whether that be story playthrough, or if you want to watch farming content similar to this, or if there are certain Genshin things that you actually want me to stream, such as events or giving actual tips, exploring. It would really help to get your guys' input, but also if you're not interested in watching streams, that's totally okay too. I have just considered streaming in case anyone wanted to watch my gameplay, and I was thinking of having it be similar to these videos where it's just a chill farming and playthrough and everything. But if there's something more specific that you do want to watch, please let me know. I am really interested to hear your opinions. But yeah, if you do have any suggestions or anything you would like me to prioritize if I do end up streaming, I would be more than happy to hear your preferences in the comments. And if you do end up doing that, thank you so much in advance. If any of you are wondering why I like TCG so much, I kind of find it fun collecting all the cards, especially when it comes to collecting cards that I don't have the character of, such as a lot of the 5-star characters, and some character cards with really pretty designs like Sijuin's card. Some of those are just my personal favorites, and coming up with all these decks and designs are also pretty fun too. Okay, so I think after this game I will finish off everything. I feel like a nice round of TCG is a great way to just wrap up everything. If you did make it this far in the video, thank you so much for being here. I hope you did enjoy this style of video, but with that final kill, we have made our victory against Gigi, so I will take you to our little outro spot so we can end off this video. Okay, so I have chosen this really cute little spot with a cat, and I would like to thank you all for watching. I really hope you did enjoy this video. Even if you did, just put it as background noise while you were farming or doing something else. Thank you so much for the support. We are almost at 100k subscribers, so thank you again so much for that. I really can't thank you guys enough. It has been an amazing Genshin journey, so I'd like to wish you all luck on your future pulls, and also a good luck in the new year as we transition into a new month. I will see you all in our next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye!